The topic today will be about youth football periodization. And what I will be talking about in particular is how to develop an infrastructure within a youth academy based on the principles of football periodization. And these principles of football periodization have been described in the football periodization book in general. And what I will do today in this webinar is I will apply these principles in the specific context of a youth academy. And that is what I did in the past between 2006 and 2009 when I was working in the Feyenoord Academy. So today I will use my experience during that period at Feyenoord as a case study to illustrate the application. So this webinar will not be about the Feyenoord Academy itself. I will not describe the blueprint of that academy. I will only focus on the application of periodization in the academy. I will discuss 10 different topics, as you can see here on your screen. The first topic, and that is probably one of the most important ones, is the question whether in a youth academy you should focus on better training or more training. And obviously, traditionally, people focus on more training because they think that if you train more, you will improve. But if you analyze football, then improving football players is not so much doing more of the same, but it is about doing better. If you analyze football and you compare a high level of play with a lower level of play, then the main difference between levels of play is the fact that at a higher level you have less space and less time to execute your football actions. In 2006, when I started working at the Feyenoord Academy, this was the training schedule. And as you can see, there were 6 training sessions in each week. So on the Tuesday and the Thursday, there were 2 sessions on one day. Well, if you focus, for example, on the Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, then what you saw is that on the Thursday morning, the players were training with a high tempo and a high quality. And that is visualized on this slide with crosses and lines. And the axes represent the football actions, and the hyphens between the actions is the time between actions. But if you train at 100% in the morning, whatever you do, but if you train at 100% in the morning, then automatically training in the afternoon means that the player can feel that he has also trained in the morning. And as a result, the quality of his football training will be lower, below 100%, compared to the morning. And in this slide, that is visualized with smaller crosses. So the quality of the actions is lower, especially in terms of the speed of the actions. And you can also see that the quantity of the actions will be lower because of fatigue. And that is here visualized with longer hyphens and as a result, less actions. So far, I have spoken about developing an infrastructure based on the principles of periodization. What I'm going to do now is show you how that reference was filled in, how we literally planned the training sessions in terms of periodization. So I'm going to talk about the weekly process of developing the team periodization for every single team. And what I have to say in advance is that periodization is important for all age groups, but training overload, football conditioning in overload, is something that only starts after the growth spurt. Not before the growth spurt, not during the growth spurt, but after the growth spurt. So under 15 is probably the first team that will deal with periodization in terms of overload. And still, in that age group, you have to be careful with the late maturers who are still growing when they are 15 or 16. Before Thursday, every week before Thursday, all the coaches develop the team periodization for their team. And if you talk about developing a team periodization, I give you a quick overview what that means. So, for example, in this hypothetical week 22, on Monday, technical training, extensive warm-up, extensive passing, extensive possession game, and maybe some tactical. If you want to know more about what this means, what is the deeper meaning about it behind these exercises, again, this is described in the football periodization book in general. I will not go into detail in this webinar today. On the Tuesday, the football conditioning